up, guys? John from LinksWell, and guess what? We have hit double digits. That's right, episode 10 of LinksWell Together podcast. I'm excited. Let's do it. All right, guys, we are back in studio, which means the audio is a little bit better. We had a little audio issues at the Off-Road Expo, but I emailed DJI. I think they got us fixed up, so our next on-site should be better. But Vic and I are back here in studio. Had some fun at the shows.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, made some friends.
Yeah.
I know you guys had a much busier Sand and Sport than we did Off-Road Expo. Got a couple more coming up.
Weather was good, though.
It was nice.
Weather was good. We didn't get rain this year.
We did not get rain this year. I was kind of nervous because I left things open. I was like, hey, last year, shoe screwed, man. It rained, and then the awnings pulled, and he knew that, and he didn't tell me. And then when we were closing down, he sat from the other side of the booth and watched me close the awning and create this funnel that just poured water right down my face. And I look back, and he is laughing.
That's because it had happened to him.
Yeah, no, it's what he said. He goes, me too, me too. And I was like, well, you could have warned me. And he was like, nah.
I saw it when it happened to him.
Yeah, anyways. But, yes, much better weather. A little slower, made some friends. But, yeah, I got a couple more shows. Then SEMA. Super excited for SEMA.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, we got a lot to do in about 28 days.
Whoa.
We got to finish up our Tacoma and Jeep, do little tweaks to those. We're building out our trailer. And then Walt actually just sending us emails right now about buying a new Chevy truck. Because that's right, guys. About to debut that 19-up Silverado radio.
I don't think anyone has ever seen anything like this.
No, it's
thus far.
Epic. Yeah, I know there's another company that's released one, but it's just a screen. It's not the whole kit and caboodle like we've got.
Yeah.
It's going to be a different, just different product all the way around.
All the way around.
Yeah, I don't even know that we can necessarily... It's like apples and oranges comparing.
There is no comparison.
Yeah, it'll be a very different functioning thing. So that'll be super cool. So if you guys are going to be at SEMA,
I'm excited
make
about
sure
that.
you cruise by the booth and check that out. But in this episode, we're talking updates.
Yes.
I know one of our videos we already showed how to do the OTA updates because they're super helpful and useful. But there are the occasional need to do a USB update.
Right.
And just being in tech support, sometimes folks struggle with that. So we figured we'd walk through how you do a couple of the updates via USB on Gen 6 and XL. And then Gen 5, Gen 4 is going to be a little bit different, so we'll walk through that as well. We'll screen share some computers, screen share some radios. But that's our plan.
Mouse is on your side, so maybe if you want
mouse
to
is on my side.
And I could just basically talk it
You
over.
want to talk, and I'll be your hands?
You can navigate.
All right.
So it's really simple, guys. And this is cool because a lot of people, for whatever reason, network connection, wireless, over-the-air update is not taking place, or the new update is doing something that the previous update wasn't doing, so you want to go back a version. And so here we are. You're going to get an email with a link to the APP, and you'll notice that APP and MCU are the two most important ones, so you'll click on that link. If you'll notice that sometimes the Dropbox webpage wants you to log in and create an account. Just keep reading past that line, and it'll ask you if you want to continue the website. So select continue the website, and it'll bring you to something like this. It'll update. It'll say update_ezip. You're gonna click on download. Your computer should automatically begin to put that file into your downloads folder, and it'll give you an indicator in the upper right-hand corner. Depending on the file size, I mean, this is 1.5 GB, so it'll take a few seconds. It's not gonna be immediately. So once that's done downloading, Macs, if you have an iMac or a MacBook or whatever, you'll notice that it wants to unzip the file. So just make sure you right-click it and then select compress. You want the zipped file. You don't want it unzipped. So wait for it to get zipped. Once that's done, you're going to take the zipped file and put it onto your USB thumb drive. And, this is only 4 gigs. It doesn't have to be anything special. So this will just plug right into your computer. But, while it's doing that, again, this is what controls the user interface on our radio. It has nothing to do with the Android portion, the Android part of the software that the radio has. So this is what controls our head unit.
Yeah, because we can't update. The problem with updating Android is all the other components can only run on the Android that it's built on.
Right.
They're built to run on that Android, so we aren't able to update the Android. And then there's technically going to be 4 varying updates. We have a APP update, MCU update, plug box or CAN box update.
Right.
And then the air pan or climate update. Yeah, just kind of updating the different parts of our thing. And most of the process is pretty much the same.
It really is.
It's pretty close to the same thing. Always want to make sure that it's that you don't unzip stuff and open up files. Yeah. But yep, there we go. Okay, man, we're zipped up, man.
Yeah. So when the email says to copy and paste this file onto the root of your USB, you want to just grab this file as is in its zipped format, and you're gonna want to just drag it and drop it into your USB, or cut it from your downloads folder, paste it onto the root of your USB thumb drive, and wait for that to happen. Once it's in there, it's just as easy as grabbing the USB and taking it into the car, plug it into any one of the two USB inputs. I know a lot of people get confused because one of them's labeled phone link and the other one isn't. It really doesn't matter which one you use. They're both the same.
Yeah, it doesn't. But if you ever run into any issues where it feels like it's not running or it's not seeing it, you can always try the different one.
Correct.
If it's a Gen 5, the phone link is a little different than the Gen 6 because it's got all the components to do CarPlay.
Yes.
And so sometimes those components will cause a little bit of a hiccup sometimes. And then there is always just the varying possibility if you have something else plugged into any of the other USBs. So if you have a thumb drive, or you have even sometimes our DVR camera, other devices plugged into other USBs sometimes interrupt the updates. So if you run into one where you're trying to run the updates and it's not seeing it, you have the file on there correctly. Just make sure there's not other things plugged into USBs, because sometimes for whatever reason something will just kind of hang it up. But
it's data. It
wants
is to.
Yeah, it's going to do its thing.
Do it its own way.
Yep.
Now, if you happen to download this file more than once, you'll notice that you'll start creating multiple files of the same one. And what the computer does is it'll put parentheses
and a number.
Right.
Yep.
And so if you grab that one and you put that one under your USB, the radio will not read it. So make sure that the file extension is .zip and not .zip parentheses 1 parentheses 2
or parentheses 1 .zip.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, how it is how you see it on the screen is how it has to be read.
Correct.
If the radio sees any variant misspelt or anything, it's going to stop. And that's on all the updates. It doesn't matter which update it is.
Right.
If you if you happen to be clicking download too many times and then you try to grab the one, if there's any numbers there, it'll mess up all kinds of sort of things. So you do have to make sure that it is spelled exactly as we said it. But so apparently our USB extensions to make sure that the USB was reachable to us here is slowing down our download process. So we might just speed up the video right about now.
Yeah, because computer's over there. USB input is right here. So we have like 10 feet worth.
Oh, man. Did you see that? It just jumped.
Oh, it went from 2 minutes to a minute.
We'll just speed this part up.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom. And just like that, with movie magic, we're ready.
We have our file. So
Bada
all
bing.
you should have to do is plug it into the USB input of the radio. Remember, if you have anything else plugged in, just unplug it, plug this one in instead, and then watch the screen, and you'll see the system updater pop up. And all you should have to do is select the upgrade button or bar, and then it'll ask you if you want to apply the update. Press OK. And then you'll see the update status come up, engine status, and then so it'll say downloading. And then you'll see that small little bar right above the word stop. It'll begin to load from start to finish. Once it's done, the radio will simply turn off, turn back on. You can then disconnect your USB thumb drive at that point, go back to your computer, and download the MCU file, which we're going to do next. And that should take care of the APP, and we'll come back and show you how to do the MCU.
Bada bing, bada boom. All right, so once we've done APP, like we just showed them how to do the APP, the process to get the file will be the same, right? You'll just click the other link. That'll take you to the same Dropbox, same download. Make sure that it's marked the right way as it says in the email.
Yes.
But the process is a little different to get the update going.
Yes.
So we've already got it on our USB. You guys should know the process now because you've seen this once already.
Correct.
If you need help on that, go back a few minutes in the video, watch the process. But walk us through how to do the MCU now on the Gen 6 XL.
Yeah, and so one thing I would also recommend is make sure that you delete the .zip folder from your USB thumb drive. Otherwise, you're trying to do this.
Yeah, it's gonna keep popping up on you.
System updater is gonna want to
keep
popping up.
So we usually suggest to do one at a time.
Yeah.
And it's always good to format the USB before you download each one. So
Correct.
I would do the APP, run it, go back, format it, download the MCU to it.
Yeah. So now that I've got the USB plugged in, this one is not gonna automatically pop up. You have to go into settings, right into system. And then down here, go into factory settings, enter the code 1660, press OK. And on the left column, you see the word all the way at the bottom says upgrade. Select MCU upgrade, and you'll see a bar pop up, and it'll begin to fill red. This one runs much quicker. I've seen some radios turn off once this one's done and turn back on.
Some MCUs will recycle, some won't, as
Right.
well as the like the CanBus update and whatnot.
Yes,
will run.
exactly.
These are very similar.
So we'll show you because you'll see, usually we'll ask for a picture of the software version page.
Yeah.
I'll show you what it is that we're looking for and how we know
That are updated.
that you need an update or that you don't. So in this case, this
powered
radio
through.
is rebooting right after the MCU update has taken place. So once it turns off, you can disconnect your USB thumb drive, and you're done as far as the APP and MCU updates.
Yep. And then if you ever have to do the CanBus update or the AirPan update, they happen that same way as the MCU.
Exactly.
The file name will be different, and then you'll hit the corresponding button. Instead of hitting MCU, you hit the CanBox or the XFY or AirPan.
XFY, something
Yep.
like that. Yeah.
Yep.
We'll show you that.
Yep. We'll show you when it gets back on with the I keep saying music, but it's not music. It's the magic of movie.
Yes.
Except we don't need the magic of movie because it's already booted.
Yep. So radio's back on. Let's go to settings. We'll go into system, and then we'll go to software version. So you'll notice down halfway down the screen, it says APP VER. This over here, the first 8 digits are basically the date of when the software was released. This one happens to be from August 12, 2024. And then the one above that is the MCU VER. The number that's going to change between the previous version and the new version is the last 4 characters. This one happens to be F043. If you have anything before that, then that's how we know that you do need to be updated. And then we'll show you where to go as far as updating the climate or the CanBox. So you'll do the same process. You'll be in the settings. You'll go into system, factory settings, enter the code 1660. Remember, at this point, you already have the file in your USB thumb drive.
Yep.
You hit the upgrade button on the bottom left, and then this is where you would select. And for example, if you're getting a climate update, you would make sure that AirPane is selected in the 2 bubbles at the top.
Yep.
And then you would hit XFY update.
Yep. XFY CYT. Yep.
Correct.
And that would update the climate control board. Again, this is only on the vehicles that have climate control boards. Some of them, not all of them do. Some of them are only going to be done via the CanBus.
And I mean, we'll know if you call our support line. We'll know because we'll say, hey, it's either a climate update or there's something going on with the CanBox. So they'll then require a CanBox replacement. And so the same thing with updating the simple upgrade.
Yep.
Then at that point it'll be our CanBox. So you'll be in plug box, and then you'll hit simple upgrade, and the same thing will happen.
Yep.
The empty bar will pop up and it'll fill up red.
And that's it, man. That's how you USB do it. Make sure when you get the link, you click the link, go to the Dropbox. Remember, you don't have to sign up for Dropbox. It's just Dropbox trying to get more customers. You could hit continue to website, and then you just make sure you select where it says download. Download it to your computer. Make sure you check the email, because the email will give you what the file should look like on the USB.
Right.
Make sure it's spelt exactly the same way. Make sure if it's a .bin, it needs to be a .bin. If it's a .zip, then it needs to be .zip. You want to make sure that all the files is exactly what it's supposed to be. For the APP, just plugs in, auto runs. You hit upgrade, and there it goes. For the other 3, you'll go into this page here in the factory settings.
Yep.
And then you just select the correct thing. So that's how you would do XL and Gen 6. Super simple.
Right.
But what do you say, real quick, because we do still have some Gen 5s out there, as well as the few Gen 4s that have to do USB updates. What do you say, real quick? We grab a Gen 5, and we throw together maybe a whole we can do a format update, maybe just walk through the format update. Yep. So let's swap decks right quick and do that.
Let's do it to it.
All right, so now let's talk format update for the Gen 5. Also will be kind of the same thing for the Gen 4. Format update is going to take it all the way down and rebuild the firmware. Could send you the format for a variant of reasons. Could be that an update's not taking. Could be that a customer did something in the background, changed some features. Sometimes they've upload an app that creates like a lock code and it like freezes up the radio or something like that. And really the only way to kind of back our way out of that is that sometimes a file gets corrupt for whatever reason and then the boot up doesn't happen. So the format kind of helps us take that firmware all the way down to the base level and then rebuild it. So we'll send you an email, right? So we're going to go ahead and show them the email.
Yep, it's going to look like this. And just like previously, it's a link to a Dropbox file. Download it onto your computer from your downloads folder, bring it to your USB drive.
Yep.
And then with the car off, like the instructions tell you, go ahead and plug in your USB thumb drive onto any one of the inputs, preferably the one that is not labeled phone link.
Yep.
Go ahead and power it on.
Yep.
The radio is going to now boot up. And it should automatically read the format file that's on the USB drive and get you through that process. You'll know because there's a circle that pops up on the main screen that says system updating or something like that.
Yep, it'll just run its way through.
Correct.
Yep. Again, just like before, you want to make sure that the PX6-9.0 _ format is what it is. That's going to be for your Gen 5. Gen 6, I believe, is just going to say, or sorry, Gen 4, I think is just going to say PX6 _ format. The 9.0 is specific to the Generation 5. But you'll plug that USB in, turn on your vehicle, and then the screen will do its kind of power-up thing, and it's going to force it into that first step of updates, and it'll run. Depending on, kind of how it's going, it could take 5 minutes, could take a little bit longer.
Right.
But you'll just follow the screen. The screen will run through its process. Thing will pop up, and then it'll actually give you it'll look like, I think it stays sideways. All the writing stays sideways, but it'll basically say, all of this stuff is done. Go ahead and remove the USB. And then you remove the USB.
Yeah.
It'll reboot. And then that's step 1 of the format update. And then once you've done that, because like we said, the format update wipes everything.
Correct.
So then you'll have to go back in and do 2 more steps. Second step is to go in there and you will basically take that USB back to the computer.
Yes.
Plug it in. Open up the zip file and delete the one and just keep the things that you see here on the email. So you want to make sure you have boot logo, factory set, main logo, and touch key configuration on the root of the USB. So you'll pull those out of the zip file.
Yeah, so the link is gonna take you to a Dropbox page where it'll list all 4 of those options, and then there's a gray box right next to them. You can check it and then just select download. So you're downloading all 4 of those files and putting them into your USB thumb drive.
Yep, and then you'll go and you'll plug those in, and we'll give it 2 seconds. Yeah, as soon as our thing finishes updating. So with Movie Magic, we will be plugging in to do step 2 right about
now.
All right, so once the format's done, there's a good chance, a very, very good chance that when it turns back on, the screen may be too dim, images might be upside down, it could look like a different UI, because again, we've wiped it. That's why step 2 is super important. I can't count how many times someone is called after doing just step 1 and be like, it broke my radio. But we got to do step 2. Go do step 2. Yeah. So step 2 is importing a whole bunch of settings. So let me grab the computer real quick. You guys can see step 2.
Another thing that might be off is your screen. If you're touching system and you see one of the apps down at the bottom is responding, that means that your screen calibration is off.
Yep.
And you should just calibrate it before you proceed, because otherwise you're going to be trying to hit system and then volume would be touched. So what you want to do is put 5 fingers on the screen. It doesn't matter where. Just put 5 fingertips on the screen, and it'll prompt the calibration process, and then you'll see it because it'll tell you you're in calibration mode. Touch the red square, and then eventually it'll say touch the blue square, and that's how you're gonna then calibrate the screen so you can carry on with step 2.
Yep, absolutely. I have a video on that.
Perfect. So now you have here step number 2. Basically, you're downloading these files. Exactly, you've done everything else. You want to put that onto your USB stick. and then you're going to plug it into any one of the USB inputs, preferably the one that doesn't say phone link on it. Once the radio is completely booted on, you're going to go into settings, you're going to go into system, and then in system, your options all the way at the bottom, one of them says factory reset. Go ahead and touch that one, hit the check mark, and let the information on your USB stick work its magic.
Yep, we'll power down, and it's going to reboot, and all those factory settings are going to get inputted. And so if your screen was upside down, if the icons weren't looking right, if any of that stuff was off, it will fix itself, and away we will go rocking and rolling. So that's step 2, and then there's just one more step that you got to make sure you do. The last step is fairly simple. Yeah, super simple.
Because remember, what you did was you're reformatting. It's just like reformatting a computer.
Yep.
Right? Any programs that you bought after you bought your computer, they're no longer going to be there.
Yep.
So that's kind of what's happening here is those programs will no longer be there. And so that's going to basically happen. That's what's going to happen with this. You're reloading the programs, like your Google Chrome won't be there. Z-Link for CarPlay and Android Auto won't be there. And that's what step 3 is. It's just basically downloading those files onto a USB stick so that you can then come in here and just reinstall those applications. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah, it's super simple. Once the APKs are on the USB, you open up File Manager, and then within File Manager, you just go to the USB. It will see the USB, select the app that you want to install, tap Install, and it will install quick and easy, just like that. And then you should be rocking and rolling. So key things to make sure that you install as far as apps are. Phone Link is probably going to be your biggest one. So right. Z-Link, that's going to be your CarPlay, Android Auto. Again, because we wiped it, it's got to go. Yeah. So you want to make sure that for sure gets on there. Chrome is also a pretty important one to get on there. The ADAS, you can see on the email there. That's for the DVR. So if you don't have the DVR camera, you don't necessarily need to put it on. But if you don't have the DVR, you should get one because they're pretty cool. Yeah, they're just cool anyways. And then, I think the other one is device info, which is a big thing for when it comes to doing the iGo navigation. So.
Yeah, dev info is important. You need the IMEI info if you ever want to get the iGo nav on there. Oh.
What? You just keep rebooting it.
Sorry,
that's cool. We're good. So it's super simple. Just follow that. It'll be no big deal.
Yes.
We'll let you guys go. It has been. I'll be honest. It has been one of the roughest episodes for us. We have had more technical difficulties trying to record this episode, and then we had to stop for meetings in the middle of it. Hopefully it was fluid enough for you guys.
This almost turned into day 2.
Oh man, we're so close to almost being day 2.
Oh,
like, this is almost, we would have had to wear the same thing 2 days in a row. It would have been funky. Anyways, but there you go, guys. If you got any more questions, please do reach out to us. You can hit the comments here. We will answer the comments the best we can. We do have some videos of old install or old updates on our YouTube as well. So if you aren't able to do it, but that's how you get those USB updates. That's what's happening. Episode 10 is in the books. Make sure you hit that link down at the bottom. We are still trying to hit that 12.5 thousand subscribers. Oh, you know what? I did get yelled at. I was supposed to say one more thing. Our inventory manager came in here and yelled at us because we got new bar stools.
Yes.
So if you guys are a dealer and you guys happen to have a showroom that has spots for bar stools, we've got some cool LinksWell bar stools, and they come for free every time you purchase a T-Style XL.
Dang, so if I buy 3 as a dealer, I get 3?
Get 3, yeah.
Wow.
You get 3 bar stools. So those are going to be cool.
And they're the good quality ones, too. They're the
really
thick
nice.
padding.
Thick padding, nice. They're tall.
Yes.
They're pretty. They say LinksWell on them. Yeah, super excited. If you haven't seen, we'll have some at SEMA. You guys can check out. Sit in it. You can do that whole this is a really nice stool. I like this stool.
It's a 1-for-1.
One for one.
XL,
one XL.
You get a bar stool.
1 bar stool.
Dang.
Just please don't take the bar stools if you're not going to use them, because some of us will actually use them. But I did want to say that. So there you go, Perla. I made sure to remember to say, order a T-Style XL and get yourself a bar stool. She yelled at us because she says, I have too many on this pallet. They're in my way.
She wants them out of there.
She wants them out of there. Queen wants them out. So we're going to make sure that happens. So there you go. That's our thing. October. Get yourself a T-Style XL. Get yourself a free LinksWell bar stool. But there you go. Make sure you comment, like us, follow us, subscribe to us. Hit the link in the description. And we've hit 10, man. I'm super excited.
That's cool.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 episodes. That's cool. Thanks for joining.
We will see you, episode 11, next week.
See you next time.